formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
What's good, everybody? It's your man Sune2Geeked, and in this video I wanted to show you guys the importance of making a proper game plan before the fight even starts. As you see, our first matchup was against Piotr Jan. While he may not be as powerful as he once was on UFC 4, Jan in the right hands is still definitely a problem. Knowing that, I stayed smart throughout the whole match so he didn't just run through me. I honestly believe in this game, if you play smart and make good on-the-fly adjustments, you can beat just about anybody, even if their character of choice is much more mechanically gifted than yours, because stats, while they do play a big factor in how easy it is to do certain things, at the end of the day, whoever has the better game plan and execution of said game plan will be the winner. While everyone who plays this game isn't the exact same, I like to try and mentally categorize what type of player I'm dealing with before the fight starts, so I can at least have some sense of direction strategy-wise. Noticing that my opponent picked Jan, I made a game plan dedicated to an overzealous kickboxer who also has better grappling stats than me. I'm not gonna lie, using Bruce Lee made me think extra hard during these matches, but the best thing you can do for yourself is know your character strengths and weaknesses, knowing your own strengths and weaknesses as a player, and also knowing your opponent's character strengths and weaknesses. So you're not gonna know how your opponent plays right off the bat unless you ran into them before, but that's okay. That is okay, because while you may not know or remember every player that you run into, you can at least know the reasons why someone picked a character, so you can infer what type of strategy they're gonna implement into their gameplay. My game plan going into this fight with Bruce, I already knew my striking was heavily reliant on my speed, so I used a bunch of feints to lure out some reactions from my opponent to see how I can set up some traps. I also had it in my mind I wanted to be sort of a pest on the feet, using the back fist while circling, throwing teeps and roundhouses to the body to effectively lower his stamina, which also affects how powerful his strikes are, the speed at which he throws them, and how much damage he receives from incoming strikes. But be mindful, this strategy only works if you have proper range and timing on your strikes, and you also need to have a solid defense, because sometimes people will try to swarm you, but if you know how to use head movement and the minor and major lunges to get out of harm's way, not only will you drain your opponent's stamina, you'll also affect their confidence. With that knowledge in mind, I prepare for a couple different scenarios. They can either double down on pressuring me and I can keep piecing them up on the outside, or they can try to beat me at my own game of patient striking, which not a lot of people can do, or their third option is to try to become D1 wrestlers so they can attempt to level the playing field after being outworked on the feet. While the footage is showing me outwork this man on the ground, keep in mind Bruce has 3-star grappling stats. My goal originally was to stay on the feet and outwork him there, but sometimes you have to be willing to adjust your game plan based on your skills and your opponent's skills, and you also have to think about your best path to victory. I realized that I was able to get him to want to put me in a submission because he felt like he had the advantage there because he couldn't figure out my rhythm on the feet. But I also wanted to show that I was better on the ground so I can make him more reluctant to go for another takedown versus relinquishing top position and fighting him on the feet and giving him the idea that he could beat me on the ground, because honestly my goals for whenever I play is to make my opponent feel like they can't do anything on the feet or grappling. Going into the second round of the fight, I was much more confident than in the beginning in my striking being effective, especially after the work that I put in on the ground. But even though I was feeling confident after the first round, I still wanted to keep it in my head that I am fighting on, so I knew not to try going power for power in the pocket regardless of the first round, because just like in real life, all you need is one good shot to clip somebody in this game. So keeping all that in mind, I just kept playing my usual game while also extending some combinations to get some more damage in and change up the rhythm. I also wanted to frustrate my opponent so they would fall into my trap of getting them more aggressive so I can find stronger counter opportunities. Since Bruce only has about a 90 punch power, I figured utilizing the speed and accuracy stats he has would lead to an easier time rather than brawling someone who has a 95 chin stat and 95 recovery. One of my personal favorite strategies is to attack the body with the roundhouse after making someone miss their combination. That way they'll be punished for the same mistake twice. What I mean by that is after making someone throw strikes at the air, it already affects the stamina more than them just hitting your guard. But if you get them to fully commit to a missed combo, a body kick after will do more damage to their body and their long-term stamina. While playing this match, I noticed that my opponent was really hurting his own chances of winning by overestimating the advantage that he had over me stats-wise. Rather than go for a regular takedown to gained control in the first round. He went for a sub because he expected his stats to overpower me, which led to me reversing and controlling the fight for the rest of the round. And in this round, there were some times instead of trying to let his stamina and short-term head health recover, he thought it was best to try and stand his ground and swing, when that was proven to not be the case. At this point in the fight, my confidence was kind of through the roof, so I started going a little crazier in the pocket, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I did feel like EA fleeced me on that pull counter by not giving me at least a rock, so I was like, bet I'm gonna knock him down with at least something. You know what I'm saying? One way or another, he was going down. You dig me? And I ain't gonna lie, after the knockdown, I was really acting the ass, because in my mind, I had already had this man beaten, so I really started trying to push the pace on him a little more, you feel me? Just getting him a little tweaked, a little anxious, a little angry, a little nervous, you know, because you see this man throwing lead overhands. Nobody throws lead overhands, bro. You gotta really notice when people are broken. And at that point in the fight, I broke this man. I was hitting him with all types of mean roundhouses to the body. That stamina's gone.
Oh, yeah, look at that one. Oh man, right to the stomach. Oh my goodness gracious, glory be, he's cooked. He's cooked, brother.
Oh yeah, I'm cooking him bad. See, look at him going for an echo pick with Jan. He's done. He don't know what to do. He feeling bad about himself. He like, man, oh man, I need to do something. I need to get active. Nah, bro, you ain't getting active on me. I ain't gonna lie. It's my turn. It's my turn, pimping. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting real jiggy with, you know what I'm saying, the dragon. Getting real jiggy with the dragon. Oh yeah, dunk on him, knocked him. You know what I'm saying? What that man Patty Finley slay? Oh yeah. Slick it. What are you talking about? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If y'all stuck around this long, you should leave a like and a sub, and I really appreciate y'all for helping me hit 200 subs. And with all that being said, I'm gonna let the music ride out, y'all. Peace.
Back inside the arena now, we go inside the octagon where Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 14 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout, Bruce the Dragon Lee!
So the legend Bruce Lee does it again.